I've learned that when women support other women, it's very special. We need that. Not many of us have had just a straight run to the top. It doesn't work that way. There have been setbacks, mistakes, wrong choices, whatever, along the way. And to know that that's happened to others as well, that we can pick up and dust ourselves off and come at it in a new way and recover and so on, that's important to know. And I think there is that sense of solidarity among the women in the forum. That's very special. I joined the Women's Forum in 1980, and at that time I was the New York City Commissioner for the United Nations and Consular Corps. That was a small city office that served as the liaison between New York and the largest diplomatic corps in the world, 30,000 diplomats here. I grew up in Michigan. I came east to college. My studies were in international relations. I majored in French. I lived overseas, and I knew, although it wasn't very precise, that I wanted to work in some way or other in the international field. I came east to college, to Smith College. I came directly, almost immediately, to New York and was working in television news for a short time, but then found my way toward the United Nations. And my first important job, which was working for the mayor of New York, Ed Koch, as the New York City Commissioner for the United Nations and Consular Corps. In a way, that was my favorite job of my whole lifetime, because the territory was local, that is, the city of New York, but the constituency was global, that is, diplomats from every part of the world. And as it turned out, it was that job that opened the door that led to all the rest of my career with the United Nations. At the end of that, I was recruited into the UN Secretariat by then Secretary General Boutros Ghali from Egypt. Then Kofi Annan was named Secretary General. So I served on his transition team, and then he asked me to be his Assistant Secretary General, which I did for almost 10 years. At that point, my husband had had a stroke, and it was a very difficult situation at home. I just realized I couldn't keep that kind of schedule that I had been doing. I had to moderate somewhat. So I was able to go across the street to the United Nations Foundation. Now I am working on something else, and that is the refugee issue connected with the International Rescue Committee. But of course, the United Nations is involved in that very much as well. I think I learned the most about leadership from Kofi Annan. He had a certain command and presence. People would turn to him. He spoke in a fairly soft voice, but he always had pertinent things to say. He listened extremely well, and he was also very compassionate. It's not as though the conflicts, the war, the deprivation that the UN was working on was just an abstraction or a number. He felt it personally, and that came through. And I tried to learn from that and to also convey the same kind of empathy, attention, and respect in my own work. The Women's Forum of New York is a wonderful place to learn, to grow, to meet interesting other women, to share your own story, and to enjoy the company of some really accomplished and interesting women. The enduring value of the forum is that none of us can do this alone.